Test, test, test. Shakti. Namaste. Thanksgiving. This is going to be my Thanksgiving test. This is going to be my Thanksgiving vid, and it's going to be kind of long and unfocused and rambling, and the people that love me will love me, and the people that hate me will hate me. Praise Jesus. Shakti. Namaste. I remember watching these the TV as a kid in Orange County, California, and they would just transmit on 4 channels. It was called the Praise the Lord Club, and then there was this mega church that was all glass, and they would do these healings where they were like, "The devil come out!" Shakti. Yeah, boy, come a long way. So I'm just having a cup of coffee, and it's got a Bible verse, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm this kind of moderate woke left. I'm not like the mentally ill woke left, which there is a mentally ill woke left that just allow it to be entertainment and don't get flipped out by it. Because, there's, what, I'm going to make a thing. It's a thing. I'm going to say it's a thing. By the way, do you like my shaman hair? So, back to the breath, in your body, fully present. Come into the full power of now, Shakti. So, I'm going to make a thing that, the thing is, if you're probably watching this on a device, or some device, and or on YouTube on a device. And there's what I've noticed is I'm really supplementing and trying to supplement with fish oil and brain supplements, because I think the devices kind of suck your mental energy, not just emotionally, but mentally, electronically, and energetically. And so, that's my plug for you to clear the radiation. But there's also a mental fatigue of there's something called the protector identity. I'm a master hypnotist. And so one of the first things they teach you is if you're going to hypnotize somebody, you have to get past the protector identity. This is true. And if you can get past the protector identity, you can get into the back of the mind. You go into the front of the mind, you bypass the protector identity, you get into the front of the mind, and then with the client's permission, you go and they open their mind. And if they trust you, and my clients trust me, then you can reprogram and program the back of the mind, and then you shut everything off and seal it up and bring them back to normal consciousness. And then what you've programmed in the back of the mind will start to come into the front of the mind, and eventually you'll have conscious waking knowledge of the thing that you wanted. Say I would somebody has a lack of confidence, and they come to me as a hypnotist. I'm a trauma specialist in PTSD, and PTSD specifically for transitioning transgender clients. But in an overall sense, I don't really do smoking. I want to quit smoking. I guess I could do that. It's not my vibe. I'm a little more heavy duty, really hard, helping with hardcore PTSD and trauma. But I guess I could do it. Nobody's asked me. But so, what's the point? The point is, when you're watching these social medias, it's right now, right before Thanksgiving, we're in 2022. There's a Twitter meltdown. One of the cryptos, Jack Dorsey, just $50 billion disappeared. They say Facebook is crashing. The metaverse is imploding and failing. Instagram is passe. YouTube is bullshit. And, they censor so much you can't even make a vid. So the protector identity when you're on social media is very, very high. You're trying, is it the alt-right? Is it the woke left? Is it LGBTQ plus? I don't like it. I do like it. You know what I'm saying? So, is this information correct? Your mind has to make this decision. Is this valid information? Am I going to let the information in? Or full protector, full boundary up. And, I'm not letting any information. And then some people, they don't have a protector identity and they just let everything go in. No matter what you watch, it just goes in. There's no filter and it's dangerous. But there's also the thing that I'm talking about is there's a battle fatigue. There's a true fatigue from holding the device and trying to scrutinize and trying to figure out, is this information valid for me? Do I agree with the information? Matt Walsh, social commentator, kind of like far right, alt-right. He's got it out for the LGBTQ community. That's his whole currency. That's the only thing he can really even talk about is 3 transgender people on TikTok. Literally the last, I don't know, 6 months, a year, the LGBTQ, they're groomers, they're coming for your kids, I put on Ben Shapiro's and Matt Walsh's YouTube comments, several comments about, Matt Walsh never talks about heterosexual grooming of, white heterosexual men that groom 12-year-old girls and Joan Benet and this, that, and the other. And so I put these comments on both their pages. I mean, Ben Shapiro is a little more political reactionary, but Matt Walsh's whole currency is LGBTQ and transgender shit and issues, and he can't let go of Dylan Mulvaney. And this is very dangerous, and I'm very fragile, and my beliefs are fragile, and my heterosexuality is so fragile. So I leave comments and, trying to do point counterpoint and have a conversation, a discussion. My remarks on YouTube on both Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh disappeared in under 3 minutes. They just literally deleted them. So they have somebody literally, some lurker that they pay to sit there on the YouTube page and literally just any negative comment or anything that challenges their political, ideological, sexual fragility, they just get rid of it. And so when you go along the comments of both Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, it's all positive. We love you. You should be president. You're saving the world. You're keeping our children safe from the groomers. And, I'm not going to go into a whole other litany. This is going to be like a Thanksgiving Day thing. But the fact of the matter is, the grooming, pedophilia grooming is done by heterosexual men, pretty much. And there is some grooming by women that rape young boys. So we're into a whole other weird area, which I didn't think about, but I haven't made vids for a while, and I'm just kind of trusting that you like to see my face. Anyway, so let's get on with it. So it's Thanksgiving. It's 35 degrees out. All of a sudden, the temperature dropped 40 degrees in 24 hours. So we're in the big chill. It's Thanksgiving 2022. So here's what I want to say. First of all, so if you've got that protector identity or you're battling this subconscious fatigue, the fatigue is really a real thing. You really need to take mental supplements or do a device holiday and, go device free. But, just when you're on social media, it can be exhausting. It's like, we really go in deep with each other, some people, and I do. I go in deep, even if the clip's like a minute, it really affects you to a degree. So, Thanksgiving. This is what I really wanted to say. The world feels out of control. And if we base our assumptions and realities upon what we see on TikTok or Twitter, what Elon Musk is doing, or Biden or Trump, or Matt Walsh or Ben Shapiro or Dylan Mulvaney, or, the alt-right and the woke left and the toxic left, and we get caught in the headlights of the elections. It's fucking exhausting, and you need to go back to the breath and remember your breath. And I turn on the TV and I turn on YouTube. The world is on fire. Everything is imploding. They're throwing missiles in this country. They're throwing bombs in that country. This is happening in our country. There's reactionaries. You're not woke enough. I mean, there's just a long lecture, and it's a fucking shit show. And what you really need to do is just remember, I live in New York City, Hell's Kitchen. I look out my window once a day. I look out my window. Are there any bombs going off? No. Are there any tanks? No. Are there riots? No. There was riots for 2 years, even a block away from me. But, so that's reality just as much as that is the media. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, they're all guilty of wagging the dog, dogging the wag, creating, it's a snowstorm, look out, it's a snow apocalypse. I mean, the level is so, the histrionic levels of hysteria, you can really absorb them. And so, as your spiritual advisor, I'm just saying, don't absorb them. You know what I mean? Just pull back and look out the window. And, in my neighborhood, there's kids playing. When it snows, they're playing in the snow. When it's warm and sunny, they're screaming their heads off and on a merry-go-round in a park across the street. And, I think that the world's currency is there's a threat. Somewhere there's a threat out there. Somewhere something's out to get you. And, your whole entire immune system can just, start to, shut down, I can't take it, does not compute. You disassociate, which, kind of serves the toxic, bigger culture. So anyways, let's get back to the gratitude, because this is my Thanksgiving holiday. So I have a little time off, and I'm thankful for it, Thanksgiving is replenishing. I know my woke left friends are saying, they say Thanksgiving is animal sacrifice, and it's a human sacrifice, and it's a dedication that the white guys killed all the Native Americans. True. But I just don't want to live there. I don't want to live in that. I'm sorry that happened, and it's a crime, what happened. It's a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath, really. Okay, so, but let's go back to being thankful. So here's how I take my inventory when I wake up. I'm in my 38th year of sobriety. I've been meditating on a daily, weekly, hourly basis for over 25 years. And I am a natural born spiritual advisor, mentor, healer, and master psychic medium. And I've been giving readings over 30 years. And I've been in recovery 38 years. So, and clearing. So that means energetic clearing to ascend up. become a higher vibration in the world, and hopefully not adding to the electronic, psychic, emotional, sexual, histrionic cesspool of toxicity. So, gratitude. I wake up, open my eyes. If I had a decent night's sleep where I got 3 hours uninterrupted and woke up, and then another 3 hours uninterrupted, I say thank you. Thank you for a decent night's sleep. And then I literally just say out loud to the room, okay, thanks God. What are we going to do today? That's what I say to God, to my higher power. What are we going to do today? Then I say, thank you for my mental health. Thank you for my sexual health, my psychic, spiritual. Did I say mental? My emotional and my financial health. By the grace of God, I have a clean, warm bed. I have a beautiful apartment in New York City. I have a beautiful wardrobe. I have really nice clothes. I have updated devices. I have food in the refrigerator. I have dishes. I've got a beautiful bathtub. I've got a powerful, strong, robust body. I've been in recovery from addiction for 38 years. From A, B, C, D, E, F, G, name it, everything, all the things. And then I asked myself, are you in the hospital? No. Are you going to the hospital? No. Are you in jail? No. You got a headache? No. You got a toothache? No. You got a backache? No. You got a heartache? A little bit, but no. Am I in an insane relationship? No. I got money in the bank, money in the house, money in my wallet, and all is well. And in this day and this day alone, that is the state of what my Thanksgiving is. I'm a cordon bleu chef. And as you know, we're coming up on you may not know, but the first anniversary of my beautiful dog soulmate passing. She passed on during Hecate's, if you know who Hecate is, she's like the high witch, and she's a protector of animals and specifically dogs. And she's the mother to some of all witchcraft. And, it's a dark witchcraft. It's a light witchcraft. And so this weekend, next weekend is like a celebration of Hecate. And so my doggy soulmate, Serena, also known as Snuggles, we're coming up on the anniversary of her death. She died the Monday after Thanksgiving. The reason I mention that, I'm a cordon bleu chef, and I usually... it's Thanksgiving is usually my family is all in California, so 18 minutes. So if I don't go back to California, then I buy an incredible spread of food and an organic turkey, and I brine it, and I make this oyster stuffing that is out of this world, and I cook this whole thing. And I would just cook it for me and the dog. Like 8 hours. Because I've cooked a lot of Thanksgivings. I used to have parties at my apartment when I was in my 20s. And it's an 8-9 hour day of cooking and preparation. And the dog, my little soulmate, she had this tiny little cheap ass $9 bed. And I didn't know if she was going to like it. And I bought it and I put it on the floor in the kitchen. She ran over to it. And she just never got out of it. She loved it so much. It was a perfect size, and she had a little blanket, and she would go into the blanket. So, I don't know, it just was home and hearth and peace and abundance, of food and of love and of health and peace and serenity and, a good feeling of all the people I've worked with and helped in my career in 30 years. you know, and they're healthy and they're having abundance. And so I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I mean, she's not here. I wish she was here to just be in the kitchen and, you know, just be asleep, and she would like wait patiently while I cooked the whole meal. She kind of understood. And then I can't remember. I don't think she got turkey. I don't know if I had to Google it, like what foods are good for dogs. And by the way, if you have dogs, you go to a house where there's dogs, be very careful about, you know, dropping stuff on the floor. You know, like if you have peanuts or any kind of nuts, like macadamia nuts, if a dog eats them, they can go into cardiac arrest. Any kind of chocolate, sugary things, you know, so please pay attention to that. And also don't let your kids just randomly feed the dog table scraps. It's really not good for them, you know. When I did have chicken, I would give her chicken and some mashed potatoes, and she like loved food. She loved it. Anyway, so that's my holiday 5-star. This is Kirk Kerber. Also, in my personal life, I now go by Sean. Sean was like a nickname for years, and I just adopted it legally. And a lot of people know me as Sean. And anyway, so I rebirthed kind of in a way, but professionally, this is Kirk Kerber with the shaman hair. So lastly, and most importantly, I'm, oh, I forgot about the balloons in New York. Maybe I could go and see them, because it's a big party. Like it overnight, as they blow all the balloons for the Macy's parade, all the New Yorkers and like unfortunately a lot of tourists now go, and it's a big mob scene. But it's actually, if the weather's warm enough, it's really like a fun time. So you go and you watch them blow the balloons up overnight. But so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna practice gratitude and sanity and peace, and also it's time, you know, stay clean a day at a time. So if, you know, I've worked with you in the past, thank you, and thank you for the blessings you brought to me while we did our work together. Oh, the thing was, so my hair, I'm known for the shaman hair. I'm 62. I'm freaking 62. This is my 25-year tattoo for being sober. This is my 33 year of being sober. So I was going to get cornrows. I'm going to get cornrows. One of my lovers actually has cornrows, my lover of 10 years. And, you know, I asked him, do you think I can get cornrows? And he said, yeah, you can get cornrows. Get cornrows. You got to grow it out. So I don't know. I think I have to go pretty much till like December until I can get the cornrows. And I don't know if I should keep dyeing it, you know. My hair is actually like, what's that painting, Michelangelo, where Zeus or God has that like big mane of white hair. My hair is literally like all white if I don't dye it. It is, yeah, and so is my beard. I look like Santa Claus if I don't dye anything. So, I mean, it might be kind of cool to have, like, white cornrows, that like are really natural cornrows. I know a lot of the kids dye their hair. It's called granny hair. A lot of kids dye their hair. So, okay, 24 minutes. I think that's good. I'm getting ready, and I'm, like, mentally preparing whether I want to cook without my doggy soulmate. It's a little hard to come up on the anniversary of her death, first year. So she died on that following Monday. Anyways, so there was other videos on that. And I don't really know if now is the time to get a new dog. I had a dream, and Serena, also known as Snuggles, she kind of told me in a dream, in no uncertain terms, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back in a new body. So if your doggy soulmate died, they say that the dogs come back in a couple of times in new bodies. So that would be like a wonderful thing. Anyways, this has been Kirk Kerber. also known as Sean. I guess this is going to Instagram or YouTube. Just saying thank you. I'm sending out love, light, and healing as much as I can. Don't suck off, the metaphoric crack pipe of social media, because you like adrenalize, and then you chain smoke, and then you drink coffee all day, and then you smoke pot, do coke. Be careful of the fentanyl. There's actually tests for fentanyl. So anybody watching this buying any kind of drugs, whether it's like a Valium, Xanax, anything. I mean, you have to test these things for fentanyl and even pot, and especially crystal meth and cocaine and heroin. So a lot of states give test strips, and there's a lot of websites that will tell you, no judgment in my game. More power to you. I don't morally judge. If I could do like an 8-ball of coke and get away with it, I probably would, but it's not good for me. It gets away. It gets like insane and stupid, and same with booze. Okay, so, be careful of the fentanyl, and tell your kids. If you're an adult and you got kids that are 12 to 16, guess what? They're probably buying pot. They're probably buying coke. They might even be buying other shit off of Snapchat and Twitter or the dark web. So that's my holiday Thanksgiving message in a nutshell. It's going straight to YouTube. Thank you to my followers, the people that support and love me. I'm sending you some healing. Shocked into Namaste. And I've been on YouTube 20 years. I don't know. Social media is falling and crumbling, and but is it? I don't know. Happy Thanksgiving, no matter what you celebrate or refuse to celebrate. I'm wishing you a lot of love, light, and healing. Shakti Namaste. Thank you for listening. From my heart and home to yours, may you enjoy the blessings of health and wealth and happiness this holiday season. Thanks for listening, guys. See you in the next vid. Shakti.